Good morning, people. So again, some work has been done. Lot of mess everywhere. This will be cleared eventually. But yeah, finally got rid of this stupid, ugly switch. I don't like them. I mean, it could have been as pretty as a supermodel. I would still not have liked it anyway. So as you can see, this has been done. Where is the original one? Yeah. So this was the stock one. So instead of using this, I bought an Enfield one. This is not for Himalayan, but this is for another Enfield. But the wiring colors were different, so I've just managed to put it in, and this is all just working fine. Let me quickly show you. So how I have made this work is, you see this parking light? So this dot means everything is off. Once I switch to this parking light, that means the headlight would come up now. Parking light would by default stay on, and once I move from parking to this low beam, at that point we would have the ABS on. Otherwise at this point even the ABS is off as well as the low beam is off. So let me show you. So now you see this is at this position and then there is no low beam. Once I switch it to this, now you see the low beam is on at this position, and I cannot show you, that has to be written and shown. But when I move from parking to low beam, then the ABS would be off. But when I move back, now ABS is off, and when I move from parking to this single dot, everything is off. Now there are many benefits of doing this, and that's why I have this multimeter to show you. A lot of people might have been facing this problem where the battery does not last very long, and there's a reason for that. So let me show you how much of drain there is in the battery once the low beam, because that drains, that's a 60 by 55 watt bulb, so that drains a lot of power even for milliseconds when you're turning on the ignition. So right now let me show you. So yeah, positive has been connected to positive, negative to negative. Now in the ignition off, we see that the power that we have is 12.55 volts. Now let me switch it on and let's see how much of power it is drawing at just this, because in this position I would still have the rear as well as the parking as well as the parking on the front on, but only the low beam is going to be off. Now let's see how much of power it is drawing, and that is coming up to 12.44. Now once let's say by default we would have the system like this without this switch, so that would mean as soon as we turn on the ignition we would have the low beam on. Now let's see how much of battery is being drawn at that point. So as you see, ignition on, now the battery drawn is, you see all of a sudden it has come down to 12.23. And that is what I wanted. And again, it's not just that. Yes, it is drawing some battery at that, but while charging as well, I want to show you. Now there is going to be some noise because well, I'm going to switch on the bike. So let's first try and see how much battery it draws when we just start the bike, and how much battery it charges. So right now again back to 12.5. Let's switch it on. Ignition. Now you see it is charging the battery, and the voltage is going up to 13.8, and it is going up quite fast. 13.9, and it is going to go up all the way to 14.2. Still going up at 14 now. Now it is going to go up all the way to 14.2. Still going up, still going up. And you understand that point, right? Now, as you see, the low beam is off right now. And we have 14.2-ish. Yeah, that is the maximum that the battery is getting, and it is getting charged. Now let's try and do it with the low beam on and you'll see the difference, and that is why the battery is never fully getting charged, and that is what the problem is. Now let's start with the low beam on. Let's turn it on. And now if you see, again it is charging the battery, but now it is not going to go all the way up to 14.2. As you see, even after a lot of time, it is taking a lot of time. Earlier it was just moving up and up and up, but now it is not. It is staying at 13.9695 because that bulb in there is drawing a lot of power. Still at that, even after all of this. By this time, with the low beam off, the ignition was going all the way up to 14.2. Now again you can see for the same amount of time still staying stagnant at that, not even getting close to 14 even. And that is what I wanted to show. So for a better battery life, for everything, this is a good mod if you want to do it. So I'm happy with this. Everything is working just fine. I just took a test ride and I have done a DIY on this of how to install this switch and how to understand the wiring and everything, but that video has gone out to be too long, so maybe I'll just edit it, try and just get the stuff that is not going to be useful out and only put the useful stuff in. Otherwise that video is going to be for about 30 minutes or so. So yeah, that is what I'm working on right now. This is working perfectly. I'm more than happy. This switch I'll still keep. I mean, you never know, can come in handy. But yeah, that's the idea. So thanks. And next video will be about how to put that switch in. Thank you. Bye.